It's recording. Okay. We can see my screen? Awesome. Okay, so I had Desmos. It is an online graphing calculator. This is what it looks like. So this is just like a random line that I graphed. You can zoom in, click on points, get like the specific locations. You can add like a table in there, so you can put like, points in, and then you could like graph the line, and you can change the colors. So like that's green. No, and so I can make it red instead. You can also save them. So when you finish your graph, if you're logged in, you can save them. If you click on this button up here, you can like change like the information about it and like everything. And then so like here you have like all your saved ones. So like, and then you can share them with your professors or with your students. So like after you're done and you have to like upload it, you upload like the PDF of it, and then you can share it like this. There's also like the website for teachers where they can give their students a live code, and the students can follow along right then and there to see the graphs. And they have like art contests, and then the teachers can like, they have activities already created for your students that'll teach them how to graph and how to plot points and everything. When using the framework Stammer, it's augmentation because you can use a physical calculator to do the same things that this does. This just makes it better because it's online. You can do a little bit more. You can share and upload and like show people your graph as opposed to just like on the calculator. And then when talking about PickWrap, I said it was IA because it's interactive. So your students can create their own graphs. They can upload to submit. And it makes it better because you can share it, and it just like kind of takes the graphic calculator and like puts it online so people can use it no matter where they are. They don't have to like, and it's free, so you don't have to worry about like buying expensive calculators, making sure that you have enough. They just need their device. It has an app on the phone, the website on the computer. Any questions?
So what was the ratings that you saw?
So when I went to commonsense.org, it was a 4 out of 5 stars for the community rating and a 5 out of 5 stars on learning. So like from teachers and educators, they gave it a 5 out of 5. It has an 87% privacy rating, and most of the reviews were very positive, saying it was great. They loved using it for their classroom. They loved using it personally, like college students, middle school students, high school students. It's pretty adaptable to like special ed kids, and so it's pretty easy used as long as they have that the website or the app. It's pretty easy. There were some negative reviews that I found both in Common Sense and just in the App Store on my phone. A lot of them said that like sometimes like it's hard to like figure out, or like you can't really manipulate the graph as easily, or that like it was just a little frustrating to use because sometimes you don't realize like how things work. Or another review was that like when you go to type, it gives you like an online keyboard, and sometimes that's a little difficult to use. If you don't, I feel like you're on a phone, it's difficult to use because you're going back and forth between like the letters and the numbers and other things. And then saving it to like uploading it is kind of difficult. But most of the time it's people give it really good reviews, so it doesn't have very many. I love this app. I've used it in high school. I used it in college now for my math classes. My teachers use it just because we can upload our graphs, so we can like show them that we actually did it and that we got the right graph. But I like how you can color code, so you can do multiple like lines or whatever on the same coordinate plane, and they're all different colors, so you can like remember which one is which, and they don't all get mixed up. But yeah, that's mine. Any other questions?
Yeah, is there a bulk price for a school district? Is there like an upgraded version, a premium version?
No, it's completely free. So everything about the app is free. Teachers just create an account so they can like save graphs and share them later. Their students can submit graphs to them. So I'm pretty sure you can do it through here. And then there's like, so like there's a browse activities option. So so you can just like find things, but it's all free. People are just sharing it. So you don't have to worry about like paying or like a district price versus like just an individual price.
Awesome. And is this a downloadable app so you don't have to have the internet for it?
Yeah, so you can download it onto your phone. The only reason you would need the internet was to like upload and like save the graphs and to share them. You just need like internet or data to do that. But it's just an app on your phone or a website or whatever you need it on.
Cool.
Okay. Okay, let me stop my share and then you can go, Jen. Okay. Okay, so the recording's paused, by the way.
It says it's still recording at the top.
Okay. Is it recording? I can't see. So, all right. My app was Nearpod, and this is an interactive like slideshow show. Sorry, I can't speak English. And it's actually pretty nifty because it's free and it can go at the student rate, or you can do it together as a teacher and the teacher gives them the code. But another fun fact about it is that you can pick the subject you want to do. So let's say language arts, and then the grade you want to do, and you do second grade, and then we'll pull it up here. So it's for all, like it's K through 12 is the age group, and you can click on it and preview the lesson. For the most part, it is free. There is some of them that cost more, and you don't have to do those ones, or you can get the upgrade. But as you can see, it's loading, but as it's done, you can see. So it looks like this has adjectives, nouns, quotation marks, so how to teach the student. And it has nifty, you use YouTube, you can use Google Maps and do a field trip kind of thing, and it has questions throughout, and it's pretty cool. I wanted to show you guys the one I created, and so you create your own, and you can use someone else's or you can use your own. Obviously your own's going to be free. So let's see. Sorry, my internet is really slow, but it's getting there. Basically, you can drag a slide or you can make it your own. And for this one, it was kind of Halloween theme, and it was on State of Matter, and it kind of has little drafts and stuff, and you can look at the preview of your thing and see how it works or how it would look for the students. And I'm so sorry, mine's really slow today. So it just has that, and it's just hard to navigate with Zoom. But you have your lesson plan can be there, and you can take it off or you can have it on there, but it helps the students kind of keep in mind what they're doing. And here I have this video of States of Matter, and throughout the video there is questions like multiple choice, what they think of it, and you can have all sorts of things. On the next slide, there is this game app that you get from Nearpod, and it's interactive. You can move the heat or make it cold, and this is teaching them about matter, what happens to the substance, and so forth. And basically I had these things set up and telling a story about states matter with witches, obviously. And then here it's like a matching game. You have that. And there's grow to climb. And so it's a very interactive. And for my rating on Pick Rat, I did it's interactive. So and then it amplifies. I don't know if it necessarily transforms, but it amplifies what she would be learning in the classroom. It does make it a little bit more than you could do just on your own. So I think you kind of need the tool. And then for SIMR, I use modification. So teach allows or tech allows for significant task redesign. So kind of redesign like the slides that you normally have like a PowerPoint because it's interactive and the students can go at their own pace. Commonsense.org says that the rating, I'm sorry, this is not working. Yeah, I don't need that. So the learning rating said 4 out of 5 stars. The community rating says 5, and it's 79% like privacy rating. And on this one, I found more common or like positive reviews. It says students are able to move through teachers directed or self-directed interactive participant, like I said. But on Google Play, it gave it 3 out of 5 stars or 3.2 stars. And a lot of them are kind of a little bit negative. This one says like decent, but I have a few issues. This is honestly way better on a PC. Whenever I tried to launch this app on a mobile, I got stuck on the login where so I noticed that when I put it on my phone, I couldn't do the things I could do on a laptop. And so it mostly on my phone, if I got the app, it only allow me to wait to put in a code. So as if I was a student. So I don't know how to work around that. But for me personally, I think it's a very useful tool and learning for students at all ages because the professor can make it any age group that they need. And so, is there any questions you guys have?
Yeah. So would you recommend this to individual teachers or to an entire school district?
I would recommend it to an entire school district because, especially with the pandemic and stuff, the teacher can set up a lesson and the students can go at their own pace.
Nice. And so what was does it have like district pricing then? Or is it like school? So like the school, or it's like they're a district subscription kind of.
Honestly, I didn't know where to find that because I looked on this website and just said it's absolutely free unless you want to update it and stuff. So to be honest, I couldn't find that rating or for the district. Didn't know where you could go find that.
Okay, well done.
Awesome.
So this is Mathematica. Mathematica is a very useful tool in higher education. So starting at later high school years up into community college and universities. As for the product details, it is a mathematics enhancement. It is in really, they'd probably drill me for this, is a very, very fancy calculator that allows you to perform complicated mathematics. It is run by Wolfram Alpha, if you're also familiar with that. As for the reviews are really good. On G2, it has a 4 out of 5 stars. And on Capterra, it has a 4.6 out of 5 stars. And so when it comes to actually getting your assigned project done, I would highly recommend using Mathematica if it involves some heavy math. When it comes to the frameworks, I would say it is interactive and amplifies. So IA, interactive in that the student themselves can use it or the teacher can use it to help share mathematical experiences or share how to complete different problems. And amplifies because it takes something that people normally can do by hand or with a calculator and does it 10 times faster by using it almost as a code. And then on this model, on this framework, I'd say that this is more augmentation. It acts as a direct tool or a substitute for a calculator. And it also formats it really nicely. So if you were writing up a project and you wanted to show your work, you could use Mathematica. And I'll show you an example of that here soon. As for the prices, these are the individual prices here. Personally, I don't recommend buying it individually. Most of the time, different companies and different districts and schools will actually buy subscriptions for this, right? And so if you go to groups and organizations, you just have to reach out to get a quote depending on how much you're actually going to be using this. So it's going to differ depending on where you're from. And then as for the actual app itself, it starts out, you can create a blank page here and you can just type in whatever you want to do. So you can do things as simple as 4 plus 4 and run that and it'll give you an answer. Or you can do an integral, right? That is calculus and this will actually run really quickly. So if we wanted to go from 3 to 5, right? And we wanted to find the area underneath the curve for a simple x squared function, dx, we can run that really quickly and it'll actually give us our answer really fast, right? And so you don't have to get bogged down into the symbols. You can actually also do this really easily online. Instead of having to write and have bad handwriting, you can actually type and show math as you go, which is I found to be very, very useful. When used in conjunction with other apps, it is also very useful. You can take code from other places and just copy it into here and it'll run it for you. It'll translate it. And then it is also very useful online. And I've had this happen multiple times where in conjunction with Zoom, you can have someone take over your screen and show you where you went wrong and type out what's actually going on in a nice clean format. It is also very easy to label things. You can use different fonts to label things as you go. And to show you, for example, a completed assignment, what a completed assignment would look like. Let me just open a file that I've done before, right? So if I click on it, I can swing down here to my most recent homework that I've done. You can see that I have it very, very organized and very easy to read so that when you submit this file, you could save it as a PDF and turn it online, that the teacher won't have a problem following your work and your train of thought. And so that is Mathematica. Are there any questions?
So on the pricing, you said like if this costs money regardless, is it not free for students?
This is not free for students. This is free. This is useful to students, but no, this is not. There's no free to use function here.
Okay. And what were your reviews?
Yes, thank you. So personally, I would give it a 4 out of 5. A 4 out of 5 is a little generous, but mostly because the learning curve is rather difficult. This is something that takes a lot of practice to learn how to actually access this. So this would more be used by the teachers at high school level. And then the students would move more into it at a university level. But those that are interested in starting early, I would definitely recommend it beforehand. But I'd say a 4 out of 5. This has been very useful for me. When I'm not being tested on that material, it is really helped me catch simple errors in my work. All right, are there any other questions?
So did you say it's not flexible for, it's only for a developmentally typical student, not someone who needs
so the students, it's more for the teachers. So the teachers can use it to help show other students or for example, if a student is having a hard time understanding the symbols, Mathematica is very useful in presenting that, but the student themselves would have a hard time using it. So the use of it is higher level, but can be used to help educate any student.
So it'd be hard for like a special education student to be able to use this or follow along with the teacher.
When it comes to following along, it shouldn't be difficult to follow along. But when it comes to using it, there is a learning curve. It does take some time to learn it.
Okay, thank you.